Hello, everybody. Welcome to Youth Connect. I'm Aiden.
I'm Kevin.
Hi, I'm Joshua.
Hi, I'm Nibras.
Hi, I'm Jeffrey.
And welcome to our Youth Connect. Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. I hope you're excited for another episode of Youth Connect. If you don't know what Youth Connect is a news interest entertainment show that was created during the pandemic for the community by the community. We are all broadcasters who want to get into podcasting, play music, and even want to get into acting and broadcasting work. You met my other co-hosts. We got Kevin, we got Joshua, we got Nibras, and we got Jeffrey. But first up, we start off with myself, and we always start off with some gaming news. Now, what is the first part of video game news? Well, obviously it has to be our Spotlight Game of the Week, a game that I want to shine the light on. And today's Spotlight Game of the Week is called Overcooked All You Can Eat. This game is absolutely amazing, guys. You want to know a bit about it? Here it is. Experience all the Onion Kingdom has to offer. Interesting factor about this game is that it is a story. And the story is this. You, the player, must journey through a variety of cruel and unusual kitchens on your quest to become Master Chef, capable of conquering an ancient edible, which is an evil which plagues the land. So you must travel back in time and gain the skills to feed this insatiable and evil hungry beast. This all you can eat includes Overcooked 1 and 2, which actually revamps it in 4K and brings it to a smooth running 60 FPS. It's fully remastered, and guess what? Cooked from the ground up with even new music to listen to. There's 200 levels, 80 chefs, and it's apparently the ultimate Overcooked experience. But do you know what's the most exciting factor that I need to share with you guys? This game has something that is quite a feature that is really left out. This game includes all cross-platform multiplayer play. So PC can play with Xbox and Xbox can play with Switch. That is a huge feat. And if it has cross-platform multiplayer, sign me up. I'm definitely going to have to check out this game. And I hope you check out this game as well. If you like cooking and you like fast, action-packed adventure, kind of like cooking for your life kind of game, then you have to check this game out. Anyways, though, next up is Kevin, and Kevin has with us some all-important news.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to yet another edition of Youth Connect with me, Kevin Aruja. Let's lock on the headlines. Ontario is extending its mask mandate for high-risk setting. Ontario party leaders campaigning in southern Ontario again today. Pope Francis to visit Edmonton, Quebec, and Iqaluit in July to meet Indigenous people. And point scores in overtime as Lightning beats Maple Leafs score of 4-3 to force Game 7. Ontario will be extending mask mandates in select higher-risk indoor settings for at least another month. Mandatory making in these settings to expire on April 27th. But the government confirmed Friday it was maintaining the mandate until at least June 11th amid the sixth wave of the pandemic. Settings where masking will continue to be mandatory, including retirement homes, doctors' office, shelters, and congregate care settings that provide care and services to medically and socially vulnerable individuals. Some settings with mandatory masking are businesses, organizations, municipalities, or local boards that operate a public transit service, but only in respect of the indoor premises and vehicles used for the operation of the public transit services. Ontario's main party leaders are campaigning in the southern part of the province again today. Progressive Conservative leader Doug Ford is in Windsor, where he's expected to make an announcement this morning. New Democratic leader Andrea Horwath is in Chatham, Kent, and Stratford to announce a plan aiming to help seniors stay in their homes longer. Liberal leader Stephen DeLuca is in the Greater Toronto area for the second straight day and is set to make an announcement on the coast of the living. Green Party leader Mike Schreiner has multiple events in Guelph, including an announcement on ending legislative poverty. Ontario voters go to the poll on June 2nd. The Vatican says Pope Francis will stop in Alberta, Quebec, and Nunavut during his visit to Canada this summer. It says the capital cities of Edmonton, Quebec City, and Iqaluit will act as bases for the trip from July 24th to 29th. The visit comes after the Pope's historic apology last month for the Roman Catholic Church's role in residential schools in Canada. And on the sports news, Braden Point scores at 18:04 of overtime as the Tampa Bay Lightning defeated the Toronto Maple Leafs with a score of 4 out of 3 on 3 on Thursday to force a seventh and deciding game in the first round playoff series. The Leafs will now head home for Saturday's Game 7, desperately looking to exorcise the demons of past spring failures with the weight of history and expectations hanging around the collective neck. In weather, today weather is sunny, high 25 except 19 near Lake Ontario, humidex 28, UV index 9, or very high tonight, increasing cloudiness, low 13. Next week, we will have a mix of sun and clouds with high of 19 and lows of 6. And now for an interesting fact for the week, I'm going to tell you about, you name it, on the one side of my background. It's Gray Jay. I'm not going to ask, nope, it's not the Blue Jays baseball team. The gray is the national bird of Canada. They are medium-sized gray songbirds with lighter gray bellies. They have a long tail and a short black bill. The tip of the dark gray tail features feathers are white. The head is grayish white with a gray crown and white forehead. The eyes are dark. The short legs and feet are gray, outwards brush-like. When the bird is feeding among other jays or resting, the crest is flattened to the head. Gray jays are found in mature, humid, subalpine spruce forest. They do not generally breed below 2,000 feet and are most often found from 3,000 feet and above the tree line, although some are found nesting locally in lowland habitats. Gray jays are omnivorous, meaning that they eat plants and animals. They feed on fungi, small rodents, eggs, fruit, berries, and insects. They are attracted to campsites where they steal as much food as possible. They are known by many people as camp robbers. The gray jays eats its stored food during the winter when other food sources are scarce. It may be its food storage behavior that allows the gray jay to survive far north, throughout the winter. Gray jays often carry food with their feet in flight, which is unusual for songbirds. Other songbirds carry food in their beaks, like the American robin. With my note on the gray jay, we come to the end of my segment. Have a great weekend, folks. Same day, same time. Now over to Aiden's gaming news.
Thank you so much, Kevin. Always interesting to hear all the news that you were willing to share with us. Anyways, next up, we have some really interesting news. And I mean very, very interesting. 4 images from an apparent reboot of Konami's beloved Silent Hill series have been leaked onto the internet and were almost immediately nuked by a copyright strike, more or less confirming their authenticity. In addition, a former Silent Hill developer frowned upon the lack of professionalism at studios that have multiple people providing materials to a known leaker. The latter point is not direct confirmation, of course, but Konami's lawyers have definitely played a blinder, to say the least. So, way to throw people off the scent. But the 4 images relatively just show an extremely messy living room stuffed with rubbish, the wallpaper's peeling, the windows are wonky, and in short, it really does look like a Silent Hill location. Another shot shows a close up of what looks like an equally dilapidated kitchen. Now, We don't know anything about this apparent leak. All we know is that 4 photos were apparently leaked onto the internet and were apparently fully removed. I only had one picture that I could find of this. And enough said, it does have all the Japanese text and everything in it. Is it real or is it fake? I don't know, but I really would like to see a new Silent Hill reboot or even a brand new game to incorporate into the series. But if you guys believe it's real or fake, please leave it in the comments down below. Anyways, next up is Joshua, and Joshua has with us good story news and, of course, your very favorite animal news.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Uconnect. Now for a good news story. A passenger with no flying experience landed a plane like a pro. Is it possible for a passenger with no flying experience to land an airplane if there's a calm voice on the radio telling them how? That's what happened recently aboard a small plane, single-engine plane, when the pilot fell ill and incoherent, which left a passenger at the wheel. The passenger, Darren Harrison, radioed the control tower and admitted that he has no idea how to fly the airplane. Air traffic controller Robert Morgan, a certified flight instructor with over 1,200 hours of flight time, was having a lunch break near his control tower at Fort Pierce when he got a disturbing call about a plane that needed help as it was flying in from the Bahamas. Between radio calls with the plane, Mor- Morgan organized air traffic at Palm Beach Airport, which had the biggest runway in the area, where he knew he could give Harrison the largest target to aim at. Talking Harrison down step by step, the plane landed safely. Afterwards, Morgan got to meet his new student, whom he gave a 10 out of 10 for landing during an emotional exchange. Morgan said Harrison, the passenger turned pilot, was the real hero of the day, having had courage to take over the situation. Harrison was just happy to be down and be able to get back to his wife, who is currently pregnant. That's incredible flying skills for a first time pilot. Now, turning to animal interest news. Extremely rare pigs that can fight off bears saved from extinction by farmers. A farmer says an extremely rare pig has successfully been brought back from the brink of extinction. 40-year-old Michelle Burley Hodge has joined a small group dedicated to saving a rare hardy porker breed known as the woolly Mangazilla that is able to fight off bears. She said she was inspired to rescue the curly haired pigs after hearing her grandmother's childhood stories about a now extinct pig from her village. She said the work being done is having a positive impact, with the pigs slowly recovering from just 10 in the UK to around 50. The mother of two from Cornwall is currently one of 4 farmers in the UK who have made it their mission to rescue the rare pigs. Mangastila pigs are huge animals with long, curly hair that originate from Hungary. A global breed, the Mangaliza pigs have been exported across the world as far as Japan and Canada due to how tough they are. Michelle says that there are even Facebook groups dedicated to the pigs with owners who share their experience and how their pigs are faring, faring from across the world. Now, turning to about a good news and animal story. Waddles the duck gets a new 3D printed prosthetic leg so he can walk again. Amputations also occur in animals as much as they do in humans. Some cases develop as early as at birth, while others are a result of an injury or a disease from dogs, cats, birds, and even turtles. We've seen how disabled animals have benefited from prosthetic implants. Waddles the duck is among the latest creatures to receive a second chance at life as he learns to walk with his new 3D prosthetic duck leg. Earlier this year, Waddle's story was featured in the reality show The Wizard of Oz, which stars Derek Campana, a certified pet prosthetist. Campana is also the founder of Bionic Pets, a company that specializes in creating custom pet prosthetic and bracing. The show aims to give injured and disabled animals a chance to regain their mobility through custom-made prosthetics. To date, they have helped over 25,000 animals, including cats, dogs, ducks, elephants, goats, horses, and more. In recent years, we've seen how 3D printing has revolutionized manufacturing for a variety of industries, including art and fashion. From planters, gloves, game cartridge holders to an entirely habitable house, the sky seems to be the limit when it comes to 3D printed creations. Now, in this ingenious technology is also transforming healthcare, not just for humans, but for animals as well. This is Joshua Show reporting for You Connect. That's it for me. Now I'll send it back to you, Aiden.
Joshua, the first news that you shared is absolutely amazing because it kind of ties into my podcast that I was talking about a few days ago. I was talking to a person who was a pilot, and I asked her a question, being like, if somebody had experience in a flight simulator, would they be able to actually land a plane? And behold, a few days later after the podcast, guess what? Somebody landed a plane in her plane district too. Her same company landed the plane with no plane experience, but a virtual online experience. And I must say that's absolutely amazing how somebody could be able to land a plane without any real life experience. Anyways, for my last video game news, I got a board game of the week, similar to the video game of the week, but now instead of using it on a video game standpoint, it's on a board game. And today's board game of the week is called Wonderland's War. The looking glass has shattered. Madness is being drained from the inhabitants, and war is coming to Wonderland. Alice, Mad Hatter, Red Queen, Jabberwock, and Cheshire Cat must gather all that they can while playing nice at Hatter's Tea Party before going to battle. In Wonderland's War, 2 of the 5 players take the role as a faction leader who is invited to the Hatter's Tea Party. Drink tea and eat cake as you move around the table, drafting cards to gather your forces, build your towers, upgrade your leader, and recruit Wonderlandians to your cause, but one must be careful, as shards of the looking glass has been spread throughout Wonderland. Once the plates are empty, the tea party is over, and war begins. I don't know. I love a game that is like a war faction kind of game, and it's based off of Wonderland. You know what? I could see this as a potential movie, and they should really consider this for a brand new Wonderland series. Because trust you me, guys, the live action Wonderland was actually really good for its time, and I would love to see a sequel or a remake or whatever they want to do. And this game really kind of feels like it. So if you like Alice in Wonderland, if you like the live action series, you'll love this board game. Because guess what? Who doesn't like fighting against your friends to see who will be the winner? I always love board games. That's the point of a board game after all, folks. Anyways, next up is Nibras, and Nibras has with us some entertainment and podcast news.
Hello, everybody. How are you guys today? My name is Nibras Khan, and I'm your sort of entertainment news. Let's get straight into top story. And our top story is about. So, the summer movie season is off to a blockbuster start, thanks to Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Yes, the superhero film grossed an estimated 185 million US dollars. 185. That's a big number. In ticket sales in its first weekend in US and Canadian theaters, the Walt Disney Co. said Sunday. Not only did it more than double the opening of the first Doctor Strange, which opened 85 million US in 2016, it's also the biggest opener of the year, ahead of the Batman's 134 million US dollars, the second biggest of the pandemic, behind Spider-Man No Way Home. Nobody can beat that. Spider-Man No Way Home's $260.1 million US dollars, and the sixth biggest of all time globally. Internationally, it's doing even better with an estimated of 265 million US dollars since opening Wednesday. In total, Doctor Strange 2 has already made 450 million US dollars. Spider-Man is at least partially to thank for the massive debut. Benedict Cumberbatch's powerful sorcerer appeared prominently in Spider-Man No Way Home, which has become the third biggest movie of all time since opening in December. Doctor Strange 2 picks up several months after the events of No Way Home and brings in Elizabeth Olsen's Wanda Maximoff, who became even popular thanks to the recent Disney Plus series WandaVision. Also, the film also has a gigantic footprint. It's playing in 4,000 movie theaters in the US and Canada alone, which, according to Disney, is the seventh widest opening ever. Premium format screens, including IMAX and 3D, accounted for 36% of the overall box office. Summer blockbuster season is off to a roaring start with Doctor Strange, an excellent sign for the phenomenal slate ahead. Rich Gelfond, the CEO of IMAX, said in a statement, Hollywood summer movie season is typically kicks off in early May and runs through the end of August. And aside from the last 2 years, regularly accounts for 4 billion US dollars. So aside from the 2 years that was the pandemic, it usually accumulates 4 billion US dollars. That's a lot. That is a lot. And that's what movie theaters are. And ticket sales are about 40% of the year's grosses. So today especially I'm giving a shout out because Sam Raimi, who did the first Spider-Man, also directed Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, which reportedly cost around 200 million US to make. Although that number doesn't account for the many more millions spent on marketing and promotion, over the weekend the film has trended on social media for everything from its many cameos to a spirited debate over its PG-13 rating. The film is rated PG in Canada, and whether or not the horror elements warranted something more restrictive. The success of Doctor 2 is only helps build momentum for the big summer movies on the way. For example, like Top Gun Maverick on May 27th. So this is great news. It is just amazing that Doctor Strange 2 is doing absolutely great. And that was just our first weekend. This is the second weekend. Hopefully, many more people go to the theaters to watch it. I'm so excited. I'm going to go, like I always tell, I don't go on the first weekend, not the first show. I go after the second or third weekend because it's much better. No one is going to be there. Right. So let's do my second story. Before I go to my second story, I'd like to give you guys a fact of the day. And today's fact of the day is, drum roll please. Did you guys know today is Friday the 13th? Isn't that awesome? It's just creepy but sure. Today I have 3 facts for you for the 13th. The first one is Mark Twain was allegedly once invited to a 13-guest party at a dinner party. As the story goes, he went to the dinner party despite a superstitious friend's warning. Twain repeatedly said it was bad luck. They only had food for 12 people. So he was essentially a 13 people for a party. But when he went there, they only had food for 12 people. That's so funny, and that's interesting as well. The second is, in Ontario, Canada, motorcyclists gather every Friday the 13th for rallies that draw thousands of participants. The tradition dates back to 1981. So what happens is it's a big event. Motorcyclists, bikes. They just have a great event. If you want, you can check it out. So the third is, Friday, April 13th, 2029, a large asteroid will fly close enough to the Earth to be visible without a telescope. in Africa, Europe, and Asia, according to NASA. So these are the three facts, and this it's April 29th, so don't worry, and it's just gonna fly across. It's not gonna come near Earth, just very close, and it's just very crazy, right? So when I came to Canada the first time, I never knew what Friday the 13th was, or the number 13, because in Dubai or Pakistan and wherever, it's just in North America, we don't have such things like that. So what happened when I first got to know the 13, there's no 13 floors, I was just amazed. It's just amazing. If you like this fact, comment down below. I really like this fact. It's very interesting. Let's get to my second story. So my second story is about a podcast. So the podcast name is Business Wars. So Business Wars is a unique podcast in that it talks about companies in the form of battles, such as Nike versus Adidas or Nintendo versus Sony, and gives the unauthorized real story of what drives these companies and these leaders, inventors, investors, and executives to new heights or to ruin. Okay, I'm going to tell you two examples of this. So this is a great podcast. So the person, he has talked about BlackBerry versus iPhone. What happened? As you all know, in 2009, 10, 13, 2012, BlackBerry was so big. Everyone had it in their hands. It's just amazing. But what happened was they didn't move on. They had a chance to go all screen like my phone on no keyboard. They had a keyboard, but they said no, we'll stick to the keyboard. What happened? Where are they now? Nobody buys a BlackBerry. They're gone, because you should also keep up with the competition. If the competition is doing that, you should do the same. It's not the exact same, but kind of the same, right? The second is, everyone knows who Steph Curry is from the NBA, right? So what happened was, on those days, it was 2008 when Steph Curry got into the Golden State Warriors, and he was looking for a deal, right? So he went to Nike, or they invited him for a shoe deal. What happened is, the presenter who's presenting the deal to Steph, the first thing he talks about all these experience. The first thing he did was said Steph Curry's name wrong. He said Stephon Curry, which is wrong. The second thing is, he showed a presentation on a projector, and in the presentation, it was a PowerPoint. He had different NBA players, and he showed PowerPoint presentation of Kyrie Irving. What he presented to Kyrie Irving, he showed that to Stephen Curry. That was a big no. Whenever you're presenting someone a presentation, always do something for them, right? He could have showed Stephen Curry with Nike shoes. It was a deal for deal for the Nike, right? But then what happened? Steph Curry went to Under Armour. He had a great deal. Now he's with Under Armour. Nike lost one of the biggest players in NBA. Steph Curry, as you all know, is one of the biggest. I'm going out of line, but yeah, I hope you like this podcast. Check it out. The name is Business Wars. And that's all from me. As always, it's Nibras Khan from Youth Connect. I'll see you all next week. Thank you. Take care. TGF. Back to it in. Bye, guys. I hope you like this section. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nibras. You know what? I have to say, Multiverse of Madness, I mean, personally, I have seen it, and I don't think... I want to hear for next week, when you see Multiverse of Madness, you have to tell us what you think of it.
Of course. I'm so excited for it. Very much.
Well, trust you me, you're going to have a lot of laughs, and do be warned, you might have a bit of jump scares as well. Who would have thought in a Marvel show? But other than that, we have to do, in my personal opinion, the cherry on top of our Youth Connect. We always have to do Jeffrey with his live music.
Everybody, hope everybody's doing amazing out there. This is Jeffrey, your live musician. Hope you're ready to hear some music right here on Youth Connect. And I'm going to be playing Is This Love, Bob Marley. I wanna love you and treat you right. I wanna love you every day and every night. We will be together. When the roof fight over our heads, we'll share the shelter of my single bed. We'll share the same room. Just provide the bread. Is this love? Is this love? Is this love? Is this love that I'm feeling? Is this love? Is this love? Is this love? Is this love that I'm feeling? I wanna know, wanna know, wanna know, wanna know now. I got to know, got to know, got to know now. I'm really unable. So I throw my cards on your table. I wanna love you. I wanna love you. Love and treat you right. I wanna love you every day and every night. We'll be together. We got the roof right over our heads. We'll share the shelter of my single bed. We'll share the same room, yeah. Jah provides the bread. Is this love? Is this love? Is this love? Is this love that I'm feeling? Is this love? Is this love? Is this love? Is this love that I'm feeling? Oh yes I know, yes I know, yes I know now. Oh yes I know, yes I know, yes I know now. I'm willing, I'm able. So I threw my cards on the table. I wanna love you. I wanna love and treat you right. I wanna love you every day and every night. We'll be together with the roof right over our heads. We'll share the shelter of my single bed. We'll share the same room. Jah provides the bread. We'll share the shelter of my single bed. We'll share the same room. Jah provides the bread. Is this love? Is the love? Is this love? Is this love that I'm feeling? Is this love? Is this love? Is this love? Is this love that I'm feeling? Yes, I'm really unable. So I threw my cards on you. Is this love? Is this love? Is this love? Is this love that I'm feeling? Is this love? Is this love? Is this love? Is this love that I'm feeling? Oh yeah. I wanna know now. Oh yes I know, yes I know, yes I know now. I'm willing to go. Yeah. So I and my cards on your table. Thank you, everybody. This is Jeffrey from Youth Connect. I'll see you all next week. Back to you, Aiden. Bye, everyone.
Jeffrey, I love that song. You know, my parents were dancing in the background as you were singing that song, and so was I. You may have not seen it, guys, but I was just like, but it was absolutely amazing. Come on, guys. Our live musician is absolutely amazing. So thank you so much, Jeffrey. You always play an amazing song, and it just sounds so good. Anyways, guys, this is the end of our Youth Connect. If you like Youth Connect, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
And don't forget to click the notification bell.
Other than that, I really hope you guys enjoyed the show, and we will see you all next time. Goodbye, guys.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much.
Bye.